Does LinkedIn know who you are? Not your name or your job title, but what you actually want to be known for. LinkedIn is paying more attention to the connection between your profile, your post, and the conversations you participate in. And now that LinkedIn content is showing up in AI answers for professional searches, that clarity matters beyond LinkedIn itself. Welcome to the Get Digital Marketing Results podcast, where we give you information and actionable tips to grow your organization.
Hi, I'm Bob Clark.
And I'm Donna Body. We're with Delos Inc. And today we're talking about LinkedIn, why your personal profile still matters most, how the new algorithm is looking at authority more broadly, and what you can do to make your expertise easier for people and AI to understand.
This is one of those updates where a practical takeaway is not post more. It's make sure LinkedIn can connect the dots. Your profile, your content, your engagement should all point in the same general direction.
Exactly. Your company page should still be complete and current, but for most local businesses and professional firms, the personal profile is where the visibility and relationship building usually happen. People engage with people, not some random logo.
And that means your LinkedIn profile is not just a resume anymore. It's part of how the LinkedIn algorithm decides whether you seem credible, relevant, and worth paying attention to. So if your headline, about section, featured section, and recent posts are still sending different messages, that's a problem. LinkedIn is paying more attention to whether your content matches the expertise your profile suggests that you have.
And that's where people get tripped up sometimes. They may post good things, but if the topics are scattered, LinkedIn and your audience don't get a clear picture. And this brings us back to content pillars. If you want to be known for something, you need a few core topics that you return to consistently. Not because you want every post to sound the same, but because repetition builds recognition.
So instead of sitting down and asking, what should I post today? Ask, does this support what I want to be known for?
Your best LinkedIn content probably comes from the same things that you already talk about with your customers. The questions they ask, the mistakes you see, the decisions they struggle with, and the point of view that you bring to your work.
And that's also a good filter for what not to post. If it doesn't connect back to your expertise, your audience, or the problems you help solve, it may not belong in the main mix.
That's so true, but you should still be human. You can still share your perspective. But if you're using LinkedIn for business visibility, the overall pattern of what you are known for should be clear.
The other shift is how LinkedIn seems to value engagement. Likes are easy, but they don't tell the whole story.
LinkedIn is paying more attention to meaningful activity when deciding which posts to promote. Thoughtful comments, saves, profile clicks, and whether people spend time with your post. So comments like great posts are not the same to the algorithm as a comment that adds something useful to the conversation.
And your own comments matter too. This is not just about publishing and leaving. If you want to be visible around a topic, participate around the topic. Leave useful comments, add context, ask a smart question. That reinforces what you know and helps build real relationships.
And that's why thoughtless posting doesn't really help you very much. If you only post announcements, repost other people's contents, or drop in occasionally with something generic, you're not giving LinkedIn or your audience much to work with.
Let's talk about format, because video has gotten a lot of attention and it's not the whole story on LinkedIn right now.
Right, videos can still work, especially when someone needs to hear your voice or see your personality. But video reach is not what it was. So LinkedIn is rewarding now time spent with content, and that can favor strong text posts, documents, PDFs, and carousels because people slow down, read, save, and share them.
So the move is to not stop using video, it's match the format to the idea. If a short video is the best way to explain something, use video. But if you have a checklist, a process, a comparison, or a point of view someone may want to save, a document or carousel may be the better choice.
And this is also where longer, more substantive posts can make sense. Not long just to be long, but useful enough that someone actually stops and reads them. LinkedIn is not just rewarding activity, it's rewarding signals that people found your content worth spending time with. So giving value like a checklist or how to solve a common problem makes your post worth saving. Saves are a signal that your content is worth paying attention to.
And now there's another layer, AI visibility. LinkedIn is often showing up in AI-generated answers for professional searches, which means your LinkedIn presence may influence how you're understood outside the LinkedIn feed.
And that's the part I don't want people to miss, because your LinkedIn content is not just a post that disappears in a day or two. It can become another place where your expertise is documented. And if AI tools are looking for professional context, LinkedIn is one of the places that they look.
So the simple test is, if someone looked at your LinkedIn profile and your last 10 posts, would they know what you want to be known for?
That's a great test. And if the answer is no, it doesn't mean you need to start over. It means you need to tighten the connection between your profile, your content pillars, and the conversations that you choose to join.
So here are your 3 action steps for this week. First, review your LinkedIn headline and about section and make sure they match the work you want to be known for right now. Second, use the 2 or 3 core topics that are your content pillars to be the topics you post about consistently, and check whether your recent posts support those themes. And third, create one substantive post this week that answers a real customer question. Then leave a few thoughtful comments on the post connected to that same topic.
The shift is simple. It's not just what you post on LinkedIn, it's who you are and whether the two match. So when your profile, your posts, and your conversations all point in the same direction, the right people can understand what you do faster. And as LinkedIn becomes part of how AI tools understand professional expertise, that consistency can help your business be easier to find, understand, and choose.
And that's it for today's episode. You can find links and more resources at delosync.com/episode 450. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on actionable digital marketing tips to grow your organization.
Thanks for listening to the Get Digital Marketing Results podcast. If you're ready to simplify your marketing and build reliable growth for your business, visit us at delosync.com to learn more.